Hi everyone, welcome back to the Diva Den. This week I'm so excited that you stopped by because I have a guest appearance this week, and she's a good friend and a colleague that I work with, and she's an amazing baker, and she's going to teach me how to make icing, flowers and things for your cupcakes and your cakes. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome back. So this is Maria.
Hey everyone.
She is, as I mentioned at the beginning, a good friend and a colleague at my office, and she is known for her baking skills. She is amazing, and she makes the most amazing decorations for her cakes and her cupcakes as well.
Thanks,
so,
Kelly.
yeah, well, it's true. It's like a stampede when she, up the stairs when she announces that she's made something for the office. So it's so true. Everybody loves your baking.
Oh,
you know that. So she's going to teach me, and I'm so excited. And she's going to teach me, how to make the flowers?
Yeah, so today we're going to make fall-inspired cupcakes. So we're going to learn how to pipe buttercream flowers. So we're going to try a few different styles. So roses, chrysanthemums, and we're going to try sunflowers as well.
Oh, fun. Yeah. I've always wanted to know how to do this, so this is going to be a lot of fun.
Awesome. So It's a lot of fun, and hopefully you guys will enjoy this.
Oh, I'm sure. I can't wait. Okay, so we'll gather up everything, and let's get into the video.
Sounds good. Great. So to get started, you need a pound of unsalted butter and a pound of vegetable shortening. And so what we're going to make is American style buttercream. So usually it's a mix of butter or shortening and icing sugar, which we have in this bowl here. So for the icing sugar, always make sure that you've sifted it. So we've pre-sifted this sugar already in this bowl. And one tip that I have is a lot of recipes that you might find online call for a lot of sugar, like 4 to 5 cups of icing sugar, if not more, for this style of buttercream. But what I recommend is, especially after you've sifted it, just add the icing sugar slowly into your bowl with the shortening and butter, and add it to taste so that you don't end up over sweetening your frosting.
That's a good tip.
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll start creaming the butter and the shortening first. So you just need to grab your hand mixer. So now we're going to start creaming the butter and shortening. So tip, even the most expert of bakers here, like me, make sure you cut up your butter and shortening before you mix, because if you try to break this up, this is what you get. So don't judge me based on this. Judge me for the product, okay? So once you've creamed your butter and vegetable shortening, slowly start adding your sifted icing sugar. And add it slowly, because you're going to end up, once you turn on the mixer, it's going to dust.
Okay, so how do we pipe it on then? What do you use to pipe it on your cupcake?
Great question. So you have a couple of options when it comes to piping buttercream flowers. So you could first actually pipe the flour directly onto the cupcake. But I personally, if I can avoid that, I do. Like one trick is to use a flour nail. So you can go to like a baking or kitchen supply store, or even Bulk Barn. They do sell flour nails, and it literally looks like a giant nail. And the reason for using something like that, is that you can start piping directly onto the flour nail. You can pipe your flour on it. So you could either pipe directly onto the cupcake or use a flour nail. I don't have a flour nail. I thought I did. And Bulk Barn didn't have any. So we're improvising. We're going to use this little cute cupcake pedestal that Kelly has in her kitchen. And we don't have the butter. Once we have the buttercream ready, we don't have the buttercream. Once you have it ready, pretend you have it. You pipe onto it a small little amount of buttercream. You place a square of either wax paper or parchment paper, and you place it on top, and then you would directly pipe onto the square.
So the buttercream icing on this is going to help this stick to it?
Correct. So
so we're not piping onto the cupcake, we're piping onto this piece of wax paper.
Yes, and once you have your buttercream flour ready, you can take like a knife or a spatula and just slide it off of the paper and onto your cupcake. And it just in case, like, because again, you can pipe directly on your cupcake, but sometimes I find that you might end up messing up whatever you're frosting as you're like spinning the cupcake around. So at least this way you're going to end up with a perfect flour.
Cool. And why did you have me get out glasses?
Oh yes, so in terms of when you're ready, once your buttercream is ready and you're ready to place it into your piping bag, so you can see, like, I have these giant piping bags just so in case I have a lot of frosting, I would use these. But you can see like how uncomfortable it would be holding this and trying to scoop out your buttercream into the bag. So a tip is to use a glass, preferably a tall glass, and just gently place your piping bag in the glass and open it up this way so you can see.
Oh, that's
right. It'll just steady
brilliant.
Your bag, and then you can scoop in your frosting in there.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
And you cut the tip off these before?
Yes, so I cut off the tips of the piping bags according to the size of the tip that I'm going to be using. So for today, for the different flours that we're going to be showing you how to make, we have different size piping tips. We have these pretty giant ones here, and then we have a slightly smaller one, which is the kind of, it looks like a half moon, and that's the chrysanthemum piping tip. And you can see it's a lot smaller than these ones. These ones you can directly fit into your piping bag. So you would move it all the way down.
Oh.
And you're going to end up with your tip all the way at the bottom, and it's pretty secure. For smaller tips like this, what you do is you can use a coupler. So this is a coupler. So you open your bag up like this. You put this piece in first, just like you would if you had a bigger tip. Put it all the way through. Make sure you've cut enough of the piping bag off so that you're not covering like the plastic tip.
Oh, okay.
Then you're gonna not end up getting as much frosting out. You put your small tip over it, and then you secure it with this little strip.
Oh, that's how that works. Always wondered about that.
Yeah. So these are really handy to have if you have small tips. And there you go. We have that ready.
Excellent.
Cool.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah.
So now we're just adding in the food coloring to make all the different flowers.
Yep. So in here we added some red food gel coloring. So it's this little bottle here. And we're going to use this particular one to make roses.
Awesome.
So we're going to start filling in our bag here. Oh, and look at that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, honey.
This was a nice break.
Cheers. Cheers. Every girl needs this when baking.
Yes. So another tip is after you've filled your piping bag with frosting, you might end up having it kind of all spread out on the inside. So just gently squeeze it down so that way you're getting any air out and you're making sure that it's all together and you don't end up having air pockets. So we're gonna add a little dollop of frosting onto the plate. Place your little square. So to make a rose, you can start by piping a little mound here. And then you just make like a little cone. It doesn't have to be perfect. And if you find that you get a little bit too much frosting on the bottom, just wipe it off.
I'm going to attempt one. What do I do?
Okay, so here you go, Kelly. You take the bag.
Mm-hmm.
You have your little square of wax paper on the pedestal.
Okay.
So pipe like a little mound of, just a little mound of
Little mound
frosting
in the
there.
middle?
Yeah, right in the middle. Kind of like a cone shape. Yeah,
Like that?
that's good. Perfect.
So far, so good.
So far, A+. So now when it comes to the flour, the way you want to hold the bag, so you're going to angle it so that you can see that with this type of tip, it looks like a teardrop. So you're going to pipe your first flour, you're going to angle it so that the fatter, the fatter end of the tip is closer to you.
Okay.
And you just do like a little upside down U.
Okay.
Like a little rainbow. Cool. Yeah, so then you do that, and you do another one. Perfect. And you keep going around. Great.
This is not easy. Guys, this is not easy. She's a genius.
And basically you keep alternating. So imagine, visualize a rose and how it has all its petals. Yeah. And you just do that.
Actually, that's not too bad, eh?
No, that's a great start. And you keep going around, and then whenever you feel
like it's big enough?
Like it's big enough, you
mine's
just...
kind of flat though. How come mine's so flat? Is it flat?
So hold it like
maybe like higher. That more?
Yeah, a little bit more straight.
Oh, there we go. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's better.
And you can play around with how the angle of the bag, like how you're holding it, and just kind of create your own flowers too.
How's that?
That's beautiful. That's really pretty.
Ta-da! Woo! If I can do it, anybody can do it.
That's lovely.
Hey, that's not bad.
Yeah, that looks really cool. And so then what you do, gently pick up your square and you place it on your tray. Here you go. And then we just...
Oh my gosh, that is so fun. It's so fun.
It's very relaxing. It's like...
It's very fun.
If you have to do a lot of them and you just find your rhythm, it's so meditative.
So to start, we put one on here to make so that the wax paper...
Exactly. Place your strip there.
Another one.
Then do like a little cone. Perfect. So you want to start by doing like 3 petals. There you go. And then you just keep going. So you're imagining, you're trying to create like a rose that's bloomed.
Oh my gosh, this is so fun. Actually, this is really fun.
It really is fun. It's the part that I enjoy the most of when it comes to baking.
Oh, I can see why.
Like the baking itself, it's pretty straightforward, but the decorating part, that's where you can just let your imagination run wild and you really get to enjoy the process even more. That's beautiful.
How's that?
Perfect. And you place that on your square. Awesome. So then what we're going to do with the flowers, once we've got all of them done, is we're going to make cream cheese frosting which pairs really well with pumpkin spice cupcakes.
Yeah.
And we'll just do like a very simple piping effect on the cupcake, and then place a rose on top.
Oh,
once we put them in the freezer, just to harden them a little bit.
Awesome.
And we'll show the finished product after.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We got more to do.
Awesome.
Okay, so which one are we doing now, Maria?
So now we're going to try making buttercream sunflowers. So we start by using a leaf tip. As you can see, it looks like a little triangle in the middle. So first start by piping just like a little wreath, like a little circle around. And that's just to act as an anchor for your sunflower petals. Once you get to the end, just add a little bit more frosting in the center. Take your black sugar and carefully add it in the center. Ta-da!
So we're making what now?
So our final flower will be chrysanthemums. So we'll start off by piping just a little round circle here. And similar to the sunflower, you're going to just pipe out long strands.
Starting on the outside?
Starting on the outside and working your way towards the center. So you want kind of like long, wispy petals like you would see on a chrysanthemum.
Kind of like what's on your shirt.
Yeah, exactly. So that's one layer, and then for your second layer, you want your petals to lie in between your
The
first layer.
Oh, cool.
So you get like a more realistic effect that way. For this one you need about 3 layers. And just finish. There you go.
Thanks so much, Maria. This was a lot of fun, and I really learned a lot from you. I've been dying to know how to do this, so this is great.
Oh, yay.
Yeah,
Thank you for having me.
Well, I hope you come back
Okay,
because
thanks.
you should see what this girl makes. So she has to come back and show us more. So if you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll give us a thumbs up and think about subscribing by hitting that red button below. It's free, it costs nothing. And yeah, we'll see you next time, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Hope you have a fabulous week.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my Wait, is my makeup good?
You look fantastic. You look
Wait,
fantastic.
Okay.
These could be bloopers.
Like, do I have anything in my teeth?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Teeth.
Oh.
We should put lipstick on. Okay. We'll put lipstick on.
Okay.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. You want me to start?
Yes, please.
Okay. I said no. Okay. Oh no.
We need someone holding lines.
I gotta keep giggles now. Okay. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Okay.
Okay, we're good? Wait, okay. My zipper's not down. My zipper was down earlier today. It's back.
Okay. Bring it in, girls. Bring it in.
We got this.
Okay. Okay.